Premier Scott Moe unveiled the province's growth plan at the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce breakfast this morning. Now, it serves in part as a roadmap for the government over the next decade. The big highlight, a plan to grow the population to 1.4 million people. That means adding roughly the size of the population of Regina, about 226,000 more people to the province over the next 10 years. Another goal is to add 100,000 more jobs. The province also outlined 30 goals for 2030. Here are some of those. Increasing exports by 50%, increasing agricultural value added revenue by $10 billion, growing agri-food exports by $20 billion, increasing oil production to 600,000 barrels a day, tripling the Saskatchewan tech sector, and reducing surgical wait times to a 3-month target.
When you dig into the actual plan of how we're going to do that, by expanding our exports by 50%, creating jobs in sectors of across this province, in every community in this province, it actually comes together very nicely into a very realistic goal.
The province will also open up 3 international trade offices in Japan, India, and Singapore. And they've hired the consulting firm that employs former Prime Minister Stephen Harper, Harper and Associates.
And tomorrow, our Trade Minister, Jeremy Harrison, was going to leave for India. He is leading a trade delegation to that country, and Prime Minister Harper is going to accompany him on that delegation. There are a number of trade issues in India that need to be addressed, and we are hopeful that our delegation, alongside former Prime Minister Harper, can help us make our cases at the very highest levels.
NDP leader Ryan Miley says he doesn't disagree with the opening up of the trade offices, although he has some reservations about its ties to former Prime Minister Stephen Harper. He says he has some issues with what's not included in the province's 60-page plan for growth.
There was no mention of renewables and the enormous opportunity that we have for solar, wind, geothermal, and more in the province. That was missing. So embracing innovation across sectors. You'd also see a larger focus on making sure that we're building up Saskatchewan companies and Saskatchewan workers.
Well, Premier Moe didn't provide the cost to opening up the 3 new international trade offices. He says the money will be well spent if it means expanding the province's footprint and allowing more exports into Asian markets. Adam Hunter, CBC News, Regina.